Hey friends, Laura here with Laylo Yoga and Wellness, and this is Radical Wellness Wednesday. This is a place where we talk about wellness in all its different forms and try to set up some tips and goals for ourselves that are easy to integrate into your everyday life. That's why we usually focus on doing a daily goal, a monthly goal, and an annual goal. That way you can start to incorporate new areas of wellness in easy ways and in more permanent and long-lasting ways until it becomes a habit for you. Today we're going to be talking about social wellness. And I think this is such an interesting topic as somebody who's an introvert, not shy, but definitely likes to spend time by myself, with myself, thinking my own thoughts, doing my own thing. It can be easy to start to ignore your social wellness. Even my friends, the extroverts, can in some ways not really pay a lot of attention to their social wellness because they get really caught up in, being in a lot of different social situations and maybe not necessarily cultivating deeper relationships with some of their many friends. When we look at what we can do on a daily basis, we might want to talk about having coffee with a friend. Now, that might seem like a lot. I've got a job, I've got kids, I've got parents, I've got grandkids, I've got all these things I'm trying to take care of. I've got to get the dog out for a walk. I don't have time to have coffee with a friend every day. I'm not talking necessarily about a physical meeting and having coffee, which would be great. And when you can manage that, go for it. But sometimes it can just be a virtual coffee. So spending 5-10 minutes with a friend, catching up. It can even be a text coffee. You know, they have a text emoji that has coffee, right? So something that's just a form of connecting with a friend on a regular basis. It doesn't have to be the same friend. It could be different friends, but maintaining those connections and keeping the friendships that we value alive. And it really just takes a few minutes each day, letting people know that you care about them and you're thinking about them. And you'll find that the more you reach out to others, the more they start to reach back to you. Something you could do a little bit more long-term, maybe on a monthly basis, is to join a club or a group that interests you. When I first moved to my community here in California, I really didn't know anybody except for a couple of work colleagues, which, by the way, I got laid off as soon as I moved here. Yay! So I had to really start from scratch. It's kind of weird to try to start up friendships as an adult with no other common interests like work or kids at school or even a church. So what I did was join Meetup, which has all kinds of clubs and groups that you can jump into. And I joined a hiking club because I didn't really know the area and I love to hike and I wanted to get out and meet some people. And it was really the starting point for me to start to build some friendships through Meetup, through that particular group. I branched into other groups and began to build my network of friends. I have a really solid group of friends here now. And because I took that initiative at the start to get out there and just jump into some things that looked fun to me and looked interesting to me, I was able to spin that into a larger group of really wonderful friends. Interesting side note, the fact that each one of my friendships here were built purely around common interests versus circumstance, which sometimes work and the parents of your kids' friends and even church, they can all kind of be circumstantial friendships. These friendships were a little bit different, a little bit deeper, because it was all about things that we loved and we got to get to know each other with no pressure to have to continue socializing if we didn't want to, because we wouldn't see them again if we never went back to the group. It's a great way for you to start to get yourself out there, explore some new interests, and make some new friends. A longer term goal might be something that you could do for your community volunteering for a project. Maybe once a year you do a cleanup project. My son does that every year in downtown Seattle where he lives. He joins a once a year where they do a day of cleanup in the city. You could do something that's volunteering to work with maybe some of the homeless people in your area, if that's of interest to you. It could be something like a community garden or a co-op or another type of volunteer activity where you're bringing your time, you're bringing your energy into something to help other people in the community that you live in. You really have to look at all of your options and figure out what seems like the most interest to you, the most fun to you, and maybe what's going to benefit the community the most. At the end of the day, our social network is a lot of what helps support us and keep us alive, even us introverts that like to spend time on our own. One of the things that I hear over and over is how lonely people have been, especially since the pandemic. We're very wrapped up in our day-to-day lives. We're kept very busy trying to, further our careers. Maybe we're still raising kids, or we have adult kids with grandkids and we're helping them. We've got parents that are starting to age and they need our assistance too. And all of those things are pulling our attention every which way. And it's really common to neglect our core group of support friends. And so we really want to make sure that we don't let that fall by the wayside, because eventually, the kids grow up, they move on, they're very involved with their own families. Your parents might get settled into whatever situations they're in, or eventually they won't be there, as we know. And maybe you retire from your job. What are you left with? I mean, if you're married, you've got your spouse. Hopefully you've kept a good connection with them. Sometimes people don't. But if you haven't really worked to maintain that social network of friends, good close friends, not just acquaintances, you can be left feeling very on your own. And that's not good for our health. So we want to make sure that we do everything we can to maintain those social bonds. I hope this video has been helpful for you, these tips. I love to hear what kind of things you do to help maintain your social wellness. There are so many different avenues that you could explore, and it's really helpful to the community. So please make sure you comment below and let other people know how they might be able to expand their social circles as well. Free to reach out to me at layloyoga.com or leave a comment below. I answer any questions that you have, and I will see you on our next Radical Wellness Wednesday.